What if I told you the pirates we grew up hearing about, the sword-swinging maniacs with parrots on their shoulders, weren't the whole story? Behind every legend of treasure and tyranny lies something far more shocking, a secret world of democracy, deception, and power that most history books conveniently left out. These weren't just criminals of the sea, they were early experimenters in freedom, equality, and fear itself. And today, we're uncovering 7 of the most crazy pirate secrets they hid from history. But before we set sail, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week we dive deep into the stories that history tried to bury. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next one. Now, let's hoist the sails and start with the first secret hiding in plain sight. Number 1. The secret democracy of pirate crews. You might think pirates were wild, chaotic mobs, but the truth? They ran their ships like floating democracies, long before most countries even understood the idea of equal vote. Every major decision, from when to fight to how treasure was divided, was made collectively. Crews elected their captains, voted to remove them, and even appointed quartermasters to keep power balanced. It wasn't about anarchy, it was about fairness. If a captain abused his power, he could be stripped of command instantly. The Pirate Code, yes, a real document called the Articles of Agreement, outlined everything from conduct to compensation. In an age ruled by kings and empires, pirates created one of the earliest systems of self-governance on the planet. They were outlaws, but also pioneers. And that democratic structure wasn't their only secret weapon, because next up, we're looking at something far more psychological. Number 2. The Jolly Roger's darker purpose. We all recognize it, the skull and crossbones waving above a black sail. But what most people don't know is why pirates designed that flag in the first place. It wasn't just decoration, it was psychological warfare. The Jolly Roger was a carefully crafted brand, one that said, "We don't just rob ships, we end legacies." When that black flag rose on the horizon, it sent a message: surrender now, or face something worse than death. The hourglass often painted beside the skull, that wasn't random. It symbolized time running out, your last moments alive. And it worked. Many ships surrendered without a single shot fired, terrified by a flag designed to end fights before they began. Pirates mastered fear long before modern militaries studied it. But fear only worked if they had a place to disappear afterward, and that leads us to their hidden world. Number 3. Pirate havens and hidden hideouts. Picture this: lush, uncharted islands dotted across the Caribbean and Indian Ocean, perfect for pirates to vanish from history. Places like Nassau in the Bahamas or hidden coves in Madagascar were more than just tropical backdrops. They were fully functional pirate cities, safe havens where the law couldn't touch them. In these secret ports, pirates could rest, repair ships, trade stolen goods, and even party with local allies who looked the other way. Some of these hideouts had complex tunnels and secret routes to escape naval patrols. The British Empire tried to wipe them out, but many of these strongholds vanished beneath the waves or into the jungle. Historians believe countless pirate relics still lie buried beneath sand and coral reefs. But of course, when you say buried, there's one myth that instantly comes to mind. Number 4. The myth and truth of buried pirate treasure. Everyone knows the trope, X marks the spot. But here's the twist. Pirates almost never buried treasure. It sounds disappointing, but it's true. Most pirate loot wasn't gold coins. It was rum, sugar, silk, or spices, things that couldn't exactly sit underground for long. The one real story we know of comes from Captain William Kidd, who may have buried part of his haul in New York before being captured. But beyond that, the buried treasure myth was mostly fiction, popularized by writers like Robert Louis Stevenson. Yet, there's a secret behind the myth. It helped the pirates. The idea of hidden riches sent treasure hunters, bounty seekers, and even governments chasing ghosts, while the real pirates slipped away unnoticed. A clever illusion, crafted by criminals who understood the value of distraction. And sometimes, distraction hides the truth even better than a locked chest. Because a few treasures were real, and one of them might still be out there, worth hundreds of millions. Number 5. The $210 million shipwreck. And the secret riches off the coast of Madagascar lies one of the world's most mysterious shipwrecks. Divers believe it could be the remains of the Nossa Senhora do Cabo, a Portuguese treasure ship captured by pirates in 1721. If the rumors are true, the ship's cargo was worth over $210 million in gold and jewels. And what's even wilder, it was hidden for centuries beneath coral and sediment, untouched by history. The discovery shook historians because it proved how vast pirate wealth could be. We're not talking about a few sacks of coins. These were fortunes big enough to fund empires. It also showed just how strategic pirates were. They didn't just rob random ships, they studied trade routes, ambushed colonial fleets, and targeted vessels loaded with royal treasure. This wasn't luck. It was organized, intelligent, and secretive. And their cunning didn't stop there, because pirates had one more layer of deception that made them impossible to track. Number 6. Hidden codes, secret compartments, and pirate rituals. Pirates were masters of concealment, not just in geography, but in behavior. Their ships were filled with false floors, hollowed beams, and secret compartments designed to hide plunder from customs officials or mutinous crew. Inside caves, they created complex stash systems, small chambers sealed with rock, accessible only by those who knew the code. And speaking of codes, pirates didn't just use slang for fun. They developed coded language to identify allies, negotiate ransoms, and mislead enemies who tried to intercept messages. But even more fascinating were their rituals. When joining a crew, pirates didn't always swear on a Bible. Sometimes they signed the articles on a sword, a hatchet, or even their own blood. It was loyalty by choice, not faith, a symbolic rejection of the empire's rules and a commitment to their own. And that spirit of rebellion leads us to one of the strangest and most debated pirate mysteries of all time. Number 7. The utopian pirate colony that might have existed. You've probably never heard of Libertalia, and that's exactly how the pirates wanted it. According to legend, Libertalia was a hidden colony in Madagascar, founded by pirates who wanted to create a free society. No kings, no masters, no slavery. In this so-called utopia, wealth was shared equally, and everyone had a say, regardless of race or rank. It was the ultimate dream of freedom on the edge of the known world. Historians debate whether Libertalia ever truly existed, but the idea alone was revolutionary. It represented everything pirates stood for: rebellion, equality, and the refusal to bow to any crown. Even if it was just a myth, it changed how the world viewed pirates forever. They weren't just thieves, they were dreamers. Outcasts building their own version of paradise. And maybe that's the real treasure history tried to hide. So what did we uncover today? Pirates weren't just monsters of the sea. They were rebels, architects of fear, early democrats, and accidental philosophers. They built secret worlds, manipulated empires, and maybe, just maybe, found a version of freedom most people still chase today. If this deep dive into the hidden world of piracy opened your eyes, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with the pirate secret that surprised you the most. Your support helps us dig deeper into the stories history tried to bury. Because here on this channel, we don't just tell tales, we uncover what they never wanted you to know. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your compass steady, your curiosity sharper than a cutlass, and remember, some treasures aren't made of gold,